Γιατί το με κάνει έχω κοράσει από Αμερική και εσύ με κλείψε από μένα.
Έλα ρε, Αμερική
Από Αμερική ρε.
Το Γαλλίο.
Κόμο.
Ωραίο
Το κόμο με έκανε.
Σου πάει πολύ, ταιριάζει και με το γυλαίκο.
Ναι, αλλά εσύ γιατί το κλέψεις.
Να του πέταγα μια βόρτα. Έτσι δεν πρέπει.
Βάλεις βόλτα τα γυρίσεις πάλι,
Ναι, είναι. Πού είσαι τώρα, πού είσαι?
Εγώ.
Ναι.
Εγώ στο Ιταλία.
Στο Ιταλία είσαι?
Ιταλία.
Χαιρετήματα λέει στον Αντρέα,
Ναι.
Έτσι.
Αλλά εσύ έχεις μείνει καιρό στο Ελλάδα για να ξέρεις ελληνικά καλά,
Ναι, λίγο.
Μπράβο.
Εσύ μια χαρά καλύτερα ξέρεις από μένα.
Γιατί το κλέψεις.
Να του πέταγα μια βόρτα. Έτσι δεν πρέπει.
Βάλεις βόλτα τα γυρίσεις πάλι,
Ναι, είναι. Πού είσαι τώρα, πού είσαι?
Εγώ.
Ναι.
Εγώ στο Ιταλία.
Στο Ιταλία είσαι?
Ιταλία.
Χαιρετήματα λέει στον Αντρέα,
Ναι.
Έτσι.
Αλλά εσύ έχεις μείνει καιρό στο Ελλάδα για να ξέρεις.
Be off now. You don't belong here. What are you doing here?
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste...
Hey! Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz. I have kin there.
Oh, damn, I'm tired.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz.
I'm sorry, but it's too hard for me to talk about.
I understand. It must have been terrible. Why don't you go and get yourself some rest? Hey!
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. Cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped, and I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Really?
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Time to join forces.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jim is sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund. Said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But, sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rate now!
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I...
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Good luck to you.
Good day to you.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to flee the siege?
Thank the Lord. I thought it was Sigismund descending on us.
It seems everyone thought that.
Well, we were all expecting the worst. And the truth is, I'm still worried what will happen when Sigismund comes here. And come he will, of that I'm sure. I just hope we'll be as fortunate when we're face to face with that fucker. By the way, Henry, my condolences.
Thank you.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you. My respects to you.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to get away?
Fortune smiled on them, that's for certain. Sigismund must be...
Just a shame Fortune didn't smile on all of them.
Oh, shit. So, and you know Sir Radzikobala?
I wouldn't say I know him. I've seen him a few times. Why do you ask?
He must be a fine lord. Takes such good care of every one of his serfs.
Surely all the lords do that.
Ah, I could tell you some stories.
About Sir Divish?
Jesus, no. I didn't mean it like that. Just that I heard stories from other soldiers that would make your skin crawl.
I see. What do you think about...
Fortune smiled. Just, oh, and you know...
I wouldn't... Sure. About Sir...
Jesus. God be with you. God be with you.
What do you think about that surprise during the night?
I was surprised. I'm glad them people were saved, though. I'm just as glad it weren't Sigismund. For sure he'll come here in the end, too. But now at least we've got time to get ready for him.
Maybe he'll leave Talmberg big.
Maybe, maybe not. Could be he was only out to get Sir Radzik, because he's Wenceslas's hetman. And Skalitz is a rich town, so there was plenty of loot for the taking. 2 birds with 1 stone. so he might be satisfied and leave us alone.
Reckon we'll see soon enough, won't we?
By the way, Henry. It is Henry, ain't it? I was sorry to hear about your parents.
Farewell.
My respects to you.
What do you think about the Skalitz folk managing to slip away like that?
I can't imagine how they did it. The more I think about it, they was either blessed, or Sigismund's mercenary army ain't up to much. When you're on campaign, you keep watch no matter how much it's pissing down. If any of us make such a cock-up, Sir Robard will flare his skin off our backs.
You only say that because you never saw them attack.
Aye. Well, it's a shame your folks...
Is Sir Robard really that tough?
Tough? Aye. But he's fair. He's a veteran of many a campaign, so he knows warcraft.
I believe it.
God be with you.
God be with you.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Let's go!
We're gonna head up like scallops.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot! Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle where he has little chance of defense to another where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad. These are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
I suppose because it has a strategic position and good fortifications, so it can be used as a base for raids, giving you control of the whole territory and good defences too, if you need them.
Not at all. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind. Good luck to you.
Ah!
And we can always come and take shelter here at the castle. Anyway, you said yourself you don't believe a word Vilna says. Stop working yourself up. Everything's fine. And
God be with you.
Aye, but...
No buts. Everything will be all right.
What do you think about Sigismund?
It was a stroke of good luck. That Sigismund is awful, unpredictable. He abducts the king, raids towns, brings foreign mercenaries into the heart of our country. God alone knows what he'll get. Farewell.
By tomorrow morning, all our heads will be on spikes.
Never mind foreign soldiers.
Why did Sigismund burn down?
That's what.
Mary,
roads ain't safe.
God be with you. God be with you.
Good health to you.
Is there someone here?
Hungry, are you? You should go and see the cook. She's good-hearted, especially if you come with some coin. For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votava. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's as surly as a... But he can get you just about anything. I saw him by the granary. You'll
Take care.
Huh? God be with you.
Sir Divish certainly put Sigismund in his place.
You're right there. That's Sir Divish for you.
Can you tell me where I...
Someone to do business with. Well, good luck to you.
God be with you.
Good luck then.
The Lord save you.
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
My parents are lying in the mud of Skalitz at the mercy of dogs and jackdaws. I can't just leave them there.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls. But how can I help you, Henry? I don't want your death on my conscience.
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But you can. If you wear a proper suit of armor, and if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking. Well, they'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujitz, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable. And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
Thank you, my lady. I must go now. What do you think, my lady? Do I look like a Talmberg soldier?
Not quite,
Oh, I see. My lady, I hope you weren't unduly distressed by the arrival of
Well, it was to be expected. And thanks to God's mercy and my good husband, there was no more bloodshed. Maybe my mind deceives me, but I have an evil foreboding.
You, my lady? Surely not. No evil could possibly come to you.
I fear something bigger and worse will come. That Sigismund is only another omen of imminent evil. May the Lord watch over you.
You! Stop right where you are. Surrender. You're under arrest for breaking the law. You were seen thieving. Well, you won't forget this in a hurry. Because
Look, I'll tell you the truth, but you must...
Do you think I'm...
I can't pay that.
You don't pay?
Jail?
You give me back the...
I hope you enjoyed your time in our little establishment.
Not much, actually.
Glad to hear it.
And...
Go. You can, I'm sorry to say. Now bugger off and get yourself killed for all I care.
God be with you.
Sir Robard...
What would you do there, lad?
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Then with the strange clothes now I'm off.
God save. Can I
I would like to ask you...
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out.
Why for the love...
My parents are...
That's terrible.
If I could...
But...
Good thinking. Well, sir...
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Uji.
That sounds reasonable. It's...
How would you? This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. I will repay you. And where can I get the arm?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate.
Thank you, my lady.
Goodbye.
Good help.
Do you know where I can buy and...
Well, if it's food you need, go and ask in the kitchen. But if you want something else, I can't help. One of the villagers might know. Farewell.
Good day to you.
Is there someone...
Hungry, are you? For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votova. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's a... But he can get you just about anything. I saw him by the granary. You'll recognize him easy. He looks like he's never had a decent meal in a...
God be with you.
Christ's sake. Where did you...
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can we trade?
If you've got the...
Farewell.
controller because Warhorse clearly designed it for a mouse and keyboard. And, while still a bit challenging with these tools, it's nothing compared to trying to do it with 2 analog sticks. In this guide, I'll give you some tips on how to overcome this oversight and still get somewhere with lockpicking so you can get your thief on. You can learn how to lockpick when you meet Miller Peshek in Rattay after the prologue. He will give you the quest The Good Thief, which will require you to know how to lockpick as well as have some lockpicks in order to proceed. To begin, the first thing you must understand is that locks have varying degrees of difficulty, and easy is not really easy at all. The chest you are given to pick as the tutorial has a steep curve, and you can get a better idea of what I mean if you simply walk past Peshek and head up to the house on the left where you woke up, and just a few paces from where you first stepped outside into Rattay. There is a very easy door there, and it's night and day difference. These will get easier as your skill improves with lockpicking. Second, you must understand that the sweet spot when the cursor turns golden moves not just counterclockwise, but also up and down a bit. This is important because if you simply just move in that direction, you will break your lockpick. Additionally, the thing that's really badly explained in the in-game tutorial is that you must swirl the left stick in order to rotate the lock. This is extremely difficult to do because it isn't smooth like it is on PC, where you only have to press and hold D, resulting in more mistakes. You also don't have the pinpoint accuracy with analog sticks that you do with a mouse, so it can be really frustrating even on easy locks. When first learning to lockpick, you want to turn the left analog counterclockwise starting from about the 11 o'clock position or so. You always want to start from this position, and you will always turn the same way, making sure the stick is nearly as far out as it can go on the controller, making a very wide rotation. Go slow and take your time trying to keep the vibration to a minimum. The vibration is also important and is an indicator that you are doing something wrong. The stronger it vibrates, the more likely it is that you will break your lockpick, and also keep in mind that your lockpick has a health bar, so the more it vibrates, the less it can take. This means if you vibrate too much early on, you won't be able to pick the lock. Lastly, I want to mention that you can reload and try a lock again, and its positioning will be different. This is huge because the closer the sweet spot is to the center, generally the easier it is to pick the lock. So if you find yourself in a position where you absolutely must pick a lock and just can't seem to, try reloading until you get a desired starting sweet spot. Stay tuned for more Kingdom.
Right, try that one more time and see what happens. Ah!
True enough. Ever since Sigismund conquered Gutenberg, you
Can we trade?
common pilgrims anymore.
If you've got...
May
the Lord watch over you.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
Satisfied?
That's not enough.
Oh, that's a decent price.
Mary, Mother of God.
Back to trouble?
my lady?
God be with you. I'm sorry.
It's me, my lady. Henry.
I didn't recognize you. I still think you should stay here in the safety. I see your heart is drawing you away from here.
Can we trade?
If you've got... Farewell. No, that looks like stolen goods.
Good health to you.
I need to get out.
Says who? I've never seen you before in my life.
I'm Sir Robar's messenger.
I might believe you if I knew who you were.
You know who I am.
Oh, all right, all right. May the Lord watch over you.
have already gone.
Hey!
No! Leave me be! Don't kill me. I have nothing.
Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
What? Answer to my prayers. Just what What are you doing here? Tired of life?
No, forget.
He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon him like me. Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. Just wait a moment. I'll take care of my parents, and then I'll come back for you. I'll wait an inch later.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. First, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Mishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
I asked what you're doing here. How about you give me an answer?
If I want to confess, I'll go to the priest. Go away and leave me in peace.
I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. You've got a shred of honor.
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of corn. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I
Not without a sword, huh? Well, this isn't the end, fucker!
got business to take care of here first. God, how I wish to be gone from this place. But first, I must bury my parents. Easy there, boy. You know me. My good master won't be needing this anymore. never gonna like it. So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I gonna do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
Ah! Bugger! Ah!
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers!
The games are over.
Itt épp egy malacka tévedt a disznőlésre.
Hé, kivaló!
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done. sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry, wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. Good morning to you. How's...
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him in.
I've been lying here...
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done.
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for me.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to...
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still...
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from.
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. 2 corpses, bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something
That was a pretty speech, but you're still talking...
I gave you a chance to work off your debt. Don't think you can wriggle out of it. I want my groschen back. Otherwise, good luck to you.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you enjoyed. So what
actually happened to you in Skalitz? I mean, during the attack?
That's a long story. Not a very cheerful one. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
I do.
All right then. It was a day like any other. Another ordinary day in my ordinary life.
I awoke at first light, before the others. I like those kind of mornings best. When the first rays of sunshine quickly drive away the nighttime cold.
Hello, you. Come here.
And the breeze carries the scent of dew-covered grass and the bloom of spring.
Aren't you a nice boy?
I wanted to get my chores done before the rest of the household was up. And this morning seemed made for that very purpose.
Right, better get to work. I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up.
Look what I've got for your love.
That should do it. The garden is looking how it should again. I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat.
Look what I've... You'll love it.
Look what I've got. You'll love this. Look what I've got. You'll love.
Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks.
Again. Teresa! What's the matter with you today, girl? You're like a lost soul.
What do you need, Papa?
Go up and see the blacksmith. He made some nails for me. Here's some coin.
All right.
No, unless you want to stop off at the market and buy some. And before you go, wake Samuel. The boy's still... He ought to follow your example and Stebor's. You two don't have to be pushed. Well, at least he's still better than that Goodford, the lazy wretch. A helper like that isn't... If it weren't for his father, God rest his soul, I'd have thrown him out on his ear long ago.
Now, Father, you shouldn't be so hard on Zbyszek. You know he hasn't had an easy life.
And who has, girl? You could tell him to get his ass to work.
Right.
Oh, and...
A surprise, Pa.
Curiosity killed the cat. What kind of surprise would...
Oh, all right. Sammy, get up. It's broad daylight, and the birds are singing.
Yeah, I'm up.
Have a bite to eat before going to the mine.
All right, Ma. Looks like it'll be nice today, eh?
But you have to go to work.
I know. But maybe I can slip off after lunch.
There'll be no slipping off. You know very well Nemoy has been complaining.
What, about dropping that pail on Tonda's head?
Not the first accident, you...
Well, there you go, then. If I leave early, nothing will happen to anyone.
You silly sod. All you ever do at the pond is lie around. The only thing you'll catch is more trouble from the mine master when he finds out.
Don't I always?
Oh! Pa says you're idle, and if you carry on like that, he'll throw you out.
Ah! Why would he do that? Then he'd be left only with Stibor, and Stibor's not going to break his back working either.
Listen, Zbyszek. Pa's not happy with you, and if he says you're idling, you'd better make a bit of effort. I'm only telling you for your own good. You wouldn't want to lose your job now, would you?
You lot are always going on about work as if it was a blessing from heaven. All right. I'll get to work. Anything for a bit of peace.
That's more like it.
While yours are only good for pulling your own cock.
And tell me, what can a peasant like you know of God?
I know what the priest told me, and what do you know?
And what if the priest... Here!
Shit!
Help!
Oh God! Oh God!
Fuck it!
Enough, please!
Good God, you've been setting your dog on people. Quick, you'll pay a fine. Help! Here!
I'm sorry.
Anyone could...
I can't pay.
Can't pay? damn it! You call that com?
You get the ball.
Is that the best you can do? I'm going to. Ale dobre dele!
Right. Better get to work. I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up. I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat. Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks. Look what you'll... That should do it. The garden is looking how it should again.
Teresa! Teresa?
What do you need?
Go up and see the... Here's some...
All right.
No, and before you ought to... Well, if it worked...
Aye, he's an idler, that one. And he'd hardly give you the time of day. Never...
God will reward him in kind one day. Mark, you could tell him to get his ass to work.
Right, go.
I just... Oh, and...
Really? Sammy,
Yeah.
have a...
Looks
but they're not...
Don't.
Pa says you're right. Listen, I'm... That...
Only a pitchfork belongs in yours. And tell me, what can a peasant like you...
What are you two quarrelling about here, for the love of God?
This pipsqueak here claims studying is...
I most certainly did not, because study is, of course...
See?
Hang on. What is...
That study is as hard as mucking out stable.
A man who doesn't work with his hands is an idler, and a good for nothing.
You're both right.
Ah, rhetoric work.
Are you saying this good-for-nothing here, who has to beg for his beer at the tavern, is my equal?
Good day, Teresa.
God be with you, Teresa. God's bless.
What's new in
There's to be a dance this evening. Harvest Festival, Pentecost.
What else would we do for fun?
I heard they have combat tournaments in Rattay sometimes. The men put on shining armour and folk can watch them battering each other. That must be lovely.
But for a tournament, you need knights. We don't have enough here.
Ah, but Sir Hanish's tourney in Rattay is even for commoners. Even our fellas could...
Oh my god, don't say that too loud. I can just imagine how my brothers would be tripping over each other to enroll.
They wouldn't be the only ones, would they? How about that Henry? He's always waving that wooden sword around like you'd think he was getting ready to go on crusade. But there's an interesting thought now. Which of our fellas do you think would win?
Henry would win for sure. He's always practicing with that wooden sword, like you said.
Do you think so? Don't say anything, but I think that Henry's a bit of a fool. And he doesn't overwork himself at that forge.
Anyway, enough about tourney.
What? How are you, Teresa?
Good day.
What news?
What do you want, mill wench? Did your old man send you? I paid him for his flour last week.
No. No, nothing like that. I was just passing the time of day.
Then go and pass it with someone else. I'm not in the mood for women's... Just like my old woman, by Christ.
Where is she, anyway? Your wife, I mean.
She went to see her family. Said her brother died. What's it to you, anyway?
Oh.
Blah. She never said a word about him. And all of a sudden, she goes rushing off all the way to Costanet saying he's kicked the butt. Aye, she's been gone a long time. Far too long. Brother or no brother, I'll take my belt to her backside when she gets back. Anything else?
Has it crossed your mind?
You're saying she's left me? What the fuck do you know about it? Clear off back to your mill. I've no time.
I'd say that answers my question. No sign of the blacksmith. Where can he be?
God be with you.
Father sent me to pick up nails.
Sorry.
Oh, I see. And has he made the nails for Pa?
I'm afraid he hasn't had time on account of that sword. But if you come tomorrow, he'll
All right. Which girls?
Bianca and Johanka. You should stop by and see them before you go home.
What was it about?
They didn't say, but it seemed important. Which probably means boys, I suppose.
There's no harm in that.
Oh, so I'm an old woman now, am I?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm only teasing you, girl. Dancing is just what you young ones should be doing. Make the most of it while you can. Before you know it, your pa will find you a husband, and you'll have a pack of children to take care of.
Let's hope it's not too soon. Thanks for letting me know. I'll stop by tomorrow for those nails then.
Not at all. Have you seen Henry around anywhere? If he helped his father out more at the forge, there'd be no shortage of nails.
I haven't seen him at all.
No doubt he's at that swordplay with that so-called combat master again. If he could wield a hammer half as good as a wooden sword, there'd be no shortage of nails.
God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa. Oh, I'm quite hungry. How about you?
To heel, Tinker. To me.
I'm just training with a wooden sword for now. But one day, I'll forge myself a real weapon.
God be with you, Teresa.
Coming.
Bianca.
Papa has me.
Indeed I did.
I'm glad, but first, he's at the sheepfold by the stockade. As you...
I know. I saw him.
Aye. He's getting ready for the life of a mighty warrior.
Well,
Oh well. Boys and their games. Listen. Would you bring him a beer from me?
But why don't you bring it yourself?
If Pa saw me running after Henry, he'd tan my hide. But I can't leave him dry.
All right. I'll bring the beer.
Thanks.
Everyone...
You know what. Meanwhile, but I'll tell...
I brought you a beer. I'd say you'd need it.
Ah, great. It's as hot as Pa's Forge out here today.
Well, I saw you hopping around here in this heat, and I figured you'd work up quite a thirst.
Ah, you're right there. Thanks. That's very kind of you.
I'll look forward to it. How come you're training on your own today? You're usually here with that... What's his name?
Vanyek. And he's not a vagabond. He's a wayfaring...
Well, it looks like he's off wayfaring somewhere.
Yeah. More likely sleeping off last night. Actually, since I've no opponent today, wouldn't you like to have a go? I mean, a bit of swordplay.
Me?
Sure. Why not?
All right then.
Yeah, I knew you had the heart of... Come on then. Show me what you're made of. Whoever is the first to hit the other 10 times is the victor.
What if I hurt you, though?
Ah, don't worry. I can handle it.
Don't go easy on me, Hal.
Ah, very good.
Henry, really? Now that is hardly chivalrous behavior. Now, I shall have to fight for my honor. Take that, you scoundrel! Are you alright?
Nothing, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you mad at me?
No, of course not. It's my own stupid fault.
Well, that'll teach you to go around slapping decent, God-fearing girls on the backside. Let me have a look at it.
No, it's only a scratch and a couple of splinters. And I didn't mean to, you know.
Show me that.
No, really, it's nothing.
You know how it is, Hal. He who lives by the sword
Dies by the splinter, eh?
There now. By the way, you owe Bianca for that beer.
God's...
What else was it?
You brought that beer to Henry.
I did.
Uh-huh. And what did he...
He had no one to train with, so we had a bit of sword play.
You?
Yes, and as it happens, I did quite well. Actually, a bit too well.
Really, Tess? I never knew he had it coming, the donkey. Maybe it'll dampen his enthusiasm. All right, but now I can fancy a walk in the wood.
Right now? You want to court me in the shade of the pines?
No, I need to pick herbs for distilling schnapps. Henry's favorite.
What herbs do you need?
I've got almost
belladonna.
It is, if you don't know what you're doing. But don't worry.
Henry's...
Yes.
I might have...
Now you know.
That's easy.
What about...
Bishek? I'd rather settle for a sack of flour.
I suppose. Your pa would never let... Not long ago, when he had a...
Oh, Pa. I hope that was just the beer top. Why don't you go and pick it yourself?
Pa won't let me go on my own. They say a wolf.
A wolf?
So they say. But it was old Blaha who claimed to see it, and he's never sober.
Couldn't your brother go with you?
Adam, he'd shit himself if he saw a wolf. And besides, but he could lend us his bow.
Thanks. So, you're going to borrow a bow from Adam, and then you want me to go with you to pick belladonna in the woods?
Actually, it's not entirely that simple. Adam won't lend me his bow. The last time he did, I broke the string. You'll have to get it from him. Anyway, I don't know how to shoot. But Stibor taught you, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
It doesn't matter. If the wolf sees a bow, he won't come near us. So will you go and ask
You might be able to do that with Henry, but me...
Come now. And once you've got the bow...
All right,
deal.
God be with you.
I heard you're a really good archer.
Yeah. I've got a bow. I made it myself. And I can hit the tree behind the tavern at 20 paces.
Good heavens, that's amazing.
Lend my bow.
We're going to the...
Are you mad?
No, he won't. What's wrong? I won't break it.
Well, he would.
Hey,
Oh?
thank you so much.
Huh? Me and Teresa are going to pick herbs. Adam, keep an eye on things here while I'm gone.
Yeah, sure. Just be back before the place fills up in the evening.
May the Lord watch over you, Tess. Hey, you're not allowed to...
Why are you begging?
I lost everything. I had a wife. Then foreign soldiers came and took it all from me. They killed...
What soldiers do you mean?
I don't know. One soldier's the same as the next. I fled far away to this peace.
I'd like to get it done before lunch.
I've got the bow.
Great. I thought we were going to go together. Put the weapon away before someone tells the guards, and you'll be in trouble. God save Teresa. Hey, Teresa, wait. There's a magpie's nest somewhere on that tree. Last time I was passing over, I saw that bird carrying something shiny to its nest. Listen. Since you've got a bow, why not try and shoot the nest down? Adam does it all the time, so I'm sure there's nothing to it. I wonder what could be in that nest. Quick before the magpie comes back. Quick before the magpie comes back. I wonder what could be.
I had a look in the nest.
Yeah?
There was a ring in it. Looks like...
Really?
You're right.
Yeah.
You don't mind?
No.
You know what?
Ugh. I wonder what happened here. I saw it the last time. But no one reported anything in Scarlet. Maybe a wolf?
I thought you didn't believe in the wolf.
I don't. I didn't. Better keep going. Come on. Hey! We'll turn into the woods here and go after a bit. Follow me. Put the weapon away. That's. It's a sweet little garden, isn't it? I never met anyone here. But it's always well kept. Probably some witch. Who else would keep a garden in the woods? It's a shame that witch doesn't grow belladonna too. Did you hear that? We'd better keep going, alright? Look out! Huh. We'll go along the road here, and then back into the woods. This is the place.
What should I do?
You've got a bow, right? Besides, you've got Tinker. Although, I'm not sure he...
Alright.
I'm glad I remembered this place. Mother of God. It's the wolf.
Adam.
Teresa, do something. Chase that beast away.
Look what you'll love.
I got those rumors about a wolf.
If I'd been...
Did anything happen? Did you manage to pick enough herbs?
Yeah, I did. I'll brew plenty of that liquor.
All right. That was a funny-looking wolf. I reckon it was actually a wild dog.
Wolf or dog? Henry will never believe this.
What will you do?
I'll go... Thanks.
All right.
Do you need help?
God almighty.
Is there someone here who...
Of course. First, I'll explain the... The straw surround is where the round ends when everyone has finished shooting. It's...
All right.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at anything but the target.
Got it.
How good are you with a bow?
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't matter. At least you'll get a bit of practice. Beginners shoot 7 arrows. Splendid! Here's some arrows for you, but you can use your own if you want. Right. Get ready. You may shoot. Here, and the victor is Teresa.
Is there someone...
Sure. How?
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't... Meanwhile...
Is there some...
How...
I've shot a few times.
Then you'll have... Splendid! Meanwhile... Everyone is ready? You can begin! Time is up. We're done here, and the victor is...